a very valuable $30 lesson. So right now we are hopping in the Silverado. We got the GMC, the Cummins, and the 2015, which has been the daily driver, which has been the DD as of late. We have $30, a 20, 8 ones, and some quarters. Anyway, we are headed out right now to buy a set of tires. Not just one, not just 4, not even a whole set, but 6 tires, which I will tell you why this is so exciting shortly. So we are driving with the beautiful sky, beautiful Midwest day. So right now I'm driving a whopping 10 minutes away from my house, as you can see, to get some tires for 30 bucks or best offer. Now, the reason that I want to make content on this is because, of course, it's the Automotive Money channel. You know that I go through a lot of vehicles, try to drive them for free or profitably. You see that I flip wheels and tires quite a lot. You've seen the details and the detailing business, and you've seen the marketing clients and the work that I do marketing other people's vehicles. So that's all been on the channel. And this is nothing new, buying a set of tires spontaneously. But the reason that I'm covering this specific video, because like I'll go buy sets of wheels or tires or whatever else, do like a marketing client without documenting it, without doing the whole video process, because that's a lot more involved than just like casually whip it off and get it done. So why am I like stooping to this level and recording a $30 wheel and tire buy, or just simply tire buy? And it's because you can start with so little. And one of the handicaps that I had for the longest time, not specifically with vehicles, because I found, like, I figured out the way that I could do that from such a young age, but rather with YouTube and this whole online thing, I really stifled my growth and stunted myself based on this belief that I needed to have more, to do more, to be more ready to get into the game, if that makes sense. And that's what I want to go on a little bit of a riff on while I make this drive, and talk about how I was going through a ton of different vehicles. I was thinking about sharing and documenting the process online, because even like back in the super early days that I was into watching YouTube videos, I met with a lot of different very big cool creators. Most notably, back when I had a blue Honda S2000, I thought I wanted to get into real estate. I thought I wanted to shift industries from the automotive industry into real estate and homes. And then from that point, that's kind of where I developed the automotive marketing thing, which is a hybrid of being a real estate agent, but instead for cars instead of homes. Like, that's kind of the antithesis. Is that the right word? It's kind of like the source point for where that came from. Anyway, I was watching a lot of real estate YouTube, and there were some guys in Canada, Jeff Wybo, Matt McKeever, and so many more. Mike Rosehart, Kellen, like Adam, all you guys. So many. And that just names a couple. Anyway, there were some real estate guys up in Canada, and then there was Graham Stephan, this YouTuber from California, who was very small, and now he has like 3 million subs. Huge YouTuber. Huge YouTuber. If you're watching my content, I'm guessing you've seen his stuff, because if you're into the auto content for the financial side, you've probably stumbled across other financial YouTube videos, and he is like the godfather of that. He is so big in the space. He's kind of the grandfather for that. Anyway, I met him at this event. Then I met the rest of the folks at this event as well. And I met him at this event, and I met the rest of the folks there as well. I drove up my S2000, we cruised. It was his first time being in an S2000, and we talked cars and all this stuff. Anyway, everyone there was like, what you do with cars is so cool. You should document it. Like, you should share your experience with the details, because I had some very dramatic details that I was doing, and I've like saved those Instagram stories and tried to make content and share it, but it's definitely not the same. I was doing that, and I've also had a lot of cool cars, especially now, but even at the time, I'd had some pretty cool stuff, like the S2000, an old Datsun, and just like making money with vehicles, which is completely out of the paradigm of a lot of people. A lot of people think you have to lose money when you drive something, when in fact the opposite can hold true if you know how to do it right. Anyway, they were like, you gotta share. Why don't you? And I kept blaming it on so many external variables, and there were so many different things. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have the stage presence. I'm not good enough on camera. I was super monotone. And fun fact, I used to be called Monotone Max in high school and middle school because I had zero tonality in my voice, and that's something I've worked on to a major degree. But back at that time, there were so many things, so many opportunities that I had that I kept disqualifying myself from because I said, I'm not ready yet. I'm not there yet. I don't have enough yet. And I don't know if that holds true for you, if you can see that in yourself in certain domains of your life where that's very present and very prevalent. Maybe it's in your dating life and you say, well, I got to get more secure in my job, or I need to get through school, I need to graduate high school or graduate college or whatever else before I start dating, before I just start taking this seriously. And we're here now. It took me to this woods, which I guarantee it's not here, but I'm assuming it's this house. Anyway, I'll hop back on as soon as I snag these wheels. Alright, anyway, I don't know if you've experienced that, if that's something you've gone through where you've said, I gotta wait. So anyway, I don't know if that's something you've experienced, or anything like that, where you've experienced that I'm not ready yet. I don't have enough yet. I can't take the leap just yet for whatever reason that's manufactured up here for yourself. Nobody externally is actually holding you back. And I know for me, certain domains come really, really, really easily, and other domains just seem like the hardest thing in the world. Now, I think that's the case for everybody, and it just varies as to what domain it is specifically, whether it's business that you excel at and relationships that you stumble in. That's something closer to me, versus maybe relationships and friendships are something that you really excel in, but it's hard to manage your health. Or maybe it's health, but you can't really get your money right, and you can't do business too well, or whatever the different domains of life are. You don't need to, or whatever the different domains of life are, you may excel and exceed in some, and then kind of pull yourself back and say, that's always been hard for me, or I'm not ready yet, I can't do that thing. And I just wanted to use this wheel by as kind of the topic and the stepping stone and the segue into this sort of notion that I know a lot of folks come up against. And it's like, oh, I don't have enough money to start doing this. Oh, I don't have a full-size garage, or I don't have enough parking spaces, or I don't have a good enough camera, or I'm not developed enough as a detailer or as a photographer, or I don't know how to write incredibly well, or whatever it is that you say to yourself that's holding you back, when really that's not the case. You can say, oh, I'm too broke, I can't afford to start making automotive money. I don't know how to monetize this passion for vehicles that I have in my heart, something that lights me up and inspires me so much. I just can't do it working minimum wage. I have all this stuff taking my time in between maybe work or school or my relationships or anything else that may be in the way. I don't have enough money to start either. And what's cool about it is that you don't have to start with supercars, Nissan GTRs and Mustang GTs and Corvettes and all these crazy things that may be aspirational. They may be on your vision board. You may want them really badly, but the reality is you can start anywhere, and you have to start somewhere. And the barrier to entry in certain domains, if you want to be a supercar flipper or whatever else it may be, then it may be a little bit tougher. You may need to have more capital to get started. But for any sort of vehicle, you could start with $1,000 for a set of wheels and tires can start with 30 bucks. With your first marketing client, you could start with your neighbor. It doesn't really matter. You could start with your neighbor, and it is so much easier than a lot of us make it out to be. And I could dive in to the nuance on exactly why this is, all of the kind of behind the scenes psychological aspects, or some of them. I'm definitely not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but I have studied personally enough. I've spent time in coaching with a therapist and all of these different things to understand and unlock some of the inner workings of why we do things and the motivations that we have and why we elect not to do things, even though it's something that we think that we want. Interesting to think about. That is a topic for a whole nother video that I do not want to dive into that wormhole in right now, but I can definitely make a podcast or a video if you want to hear my personal opinion and me riff on that for a little while. Drop it down below or give this video a like or something if you want to see that. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. The moral of the story is you can make things happen so much easier than you think you can. And it's not to say like you're not doing enough or you're not doing it right or you should be doing more and you should be doing better as like a degrading thing, but there is so much more possibility than you can even comprehend, and that even I can comprehend. I'm not sitting and speaking from this throne of perfection and doing it right and being amazing, but rather like I've been there, and as I've been evolving, this is a lesson that I have learned that's come to serve me in a massive way of it really doesn't take a lot in whatever domain it is. Right now I'm just recording with my phone. I don't have a fancy camera. I don't have some prop set up, this amazing station where I can record and do all these things, but rather I'm shooting this on my iPhone. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to hear more and see more, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And with that in mind, I will see you on the next one.